Hi, friends, and welcome to a book review. My name is Harpreet Kaur Dhodi. I've done a master's in English literature. I have a diploma in journalism. I have 17 years of teaching experience. I've trained students for exams like the CAT, MAT, ZAT, SNAP, PGCET, banking, GRE, GMAT, SAT, ACT, and TOEFL. Today, I'm an educator on hashtag Cat Life Daily. There are two kinds of subscriptions on Unacademy. We have the Plus and we have the Iconic. Under the Plus, you have India's best educators, interactive live classes, structured courses, PDFs, live tests, and quizzes. If you want more than the Plus, then in addition to everything that is there in the Plus, you have personal coach, OMED preparation, expert guidelines, and test analysis on the Iconic subscription. So you can select the one which you wish to take, whether it is the Plus or the Iconic. The prices are listed for you here. 12 month subscription 22,550, 6 month subscription 16,400, 3 months 10,250, and 1 month is 4,100. On the Iconic, it is 2,792 per month for 24 months and 3,292 per month for 12 months. In both the cases, if you use code 10, you will get a 10% discount too. Students should enroll now because there are many batches starting upon the Plus. We have one starting on the 10th and yet another on the 14th. This is my Telegram channel livedaily.me/chat and my Telegram group is Harpreet Ma'am Unacademy Cat. I take classes 10 a.m. in the morning and my special classes happen at 5 p.m. in the evening, and 11:30 a.m. are normally my Plus classes for the information of my learners. So today, guys, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a book review of my favorite book. The name of this particular book is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. What is this book about? This book is about philosophy, mystery, romance. So when you read a pure philosophy book, it gets quite boring, but this particular book is a very, very gripping book because it is a very interesting read. I would like to start off by talking about the author herself. The name of the author is Ayn Rand and she was born in 1905. Not many people are versant with this particular book because it was one written in the last century. But that is why every reason why I'm trying to bring the focus upon this book for students of today, because it has a great deal of relevance. Talking about the author, she belonged to a bourgeois family in Russia, and she was a Russian Jewish author, American author. And she was a part of the Russian Revolution. She and her family went through a great ordeal during the Russian Revolution and they had to flee from there. They moved to Leningrad. They were persecuted, they left with nothing, and that is why you find this particular author who is very radical in her thinking. Now, coming to the book itself. The book itself focuses upon what is known as 3 or 4 very, very strong points or tenates which come forth very strongly in this particular book. One is the idea of free capitalism. Free capitalism is what the author is trying to recommend, and she's a strong defendant of free capitalism. We also have the aspect of feminism, which strongly comes out through the central character called Dagny Taggart. The author is herself being a woman. It is a huge reflection of her idea about how women can be powerful, how they can be individualistic, and how they can be very, very driven. Another idea that is very strong is the aspect of objectivism, rationalism, and lastly, she is also a woman who is strongly atheistic. Ayn Rand believed that, if you are a person who continues to do things which cannot be proved, then you are likely to go wrong with every decision that you make. And she is also talking about one part of the book that there are no contradictions in life, she says, and if there is any contradiction, then there is something wrong with your premise itself, which is the key part of her story of rationalism. Coming to the story of the book itself, guys, it's a very, very interesting book and a book that you wouldn't want to put down. You would want to read it till the end. So the book originally had the picture of Atlas carrying the world on his shoulders. So the globe he is carrying on his shoulders, and Atlas is a character of Greek mythology. He was a hero in the War of Troy, and he is known to be carrying the entire world on his shoulders. So, what is this a depiction of is that the author is trying to tell us in this particular books that there are two kind of people in this world. One is those people who like to live a mediocre life, and 90% of people like to live this very, very ordinary, mediocre life. They do not want to take any burden, they do not want to express their opinion, they do not want to take a stand, they are just like sheep. And there are those 10% of people who are a giant like Atlas himself, and they carry the entire world on their shoulders because they are the ones who are expected to act, frame laws, decide on what is going to be the mental makeup of the country, and how they are the ones who completely rule. So she's against any kind of a government system where there are taxes and there are rules and there is no room for creativity or creative expression. She despises mediocrity completely, and she is supposed to be a business magnate, and she's the one who owns the railroad in the US. Ayn Rand was a person after the revolution in Russia, moved to America, lived in America, and became an American citizen too. So she is this huge magnate who is running the railroad in the US, and how she has so much of problem in dealing with all the entrepreneurs and the businessmen. And then they also show you towards the middle of the book that all these giants start collapsing, and that is another way of saying that Atlas shrugged. So the people who are the strongest seem to be shrugging their responsibility, and there is a lot of disintegration and a sabotaging of the world around them. And there is yet another very strong, powerful character in this particular book called John Galt. John Galt has the same feelings and the same impression about the state and about entrepreneurship and about creativity. And he takes the best minds to a particular colony and sets up exclusively a world for himself where all the people working there, living there, while doing menial jobs of working in a bakery or cutting wood, they also run their lives the way they want to, and they are the best and the creative talents and the best minds. So what happens is when the entire world in the US starts collapsing and the entire system starts collapsing, they go for John Galt and they arrest him and they ask him to run the world. And there itself is the entire climax of the book. I wouldn't let you know everything that happens towards the end, guys. I would in fact urge you to read this very, very mind-blowing book, which is something which will change your life, it will change your mindset, it will change your attitude towards what is your take in life going to be. So please go ahead, read it, enjoy, and let me know what you thought about this book, guys. All the best and happy reading. Thank you.